Let's match some knit and crochet, y'all. Rochelle here, and I'm back to share some yarn goodness with you all today. Okay, so we got a little bit of knitting and we got a little bit of crocheting. It is going to be so much fun. All right, so let's jump right on in, and we're going to talk about my Mountain Time Capelet, and it is designed by Ashley Lelis. And of course, it's a test knit because you all know every time she has a test knit, I'm in there. I'm looking. So yes, so this is a paid pattern, and of course I will link everything in the description box below. All the patterns, my favorite knitting and crochet tools, all that stuff will be in the description box. All right, so as I mentioned, I knit this as a test knit, and what's really cool about this is that it is available in a bulky weight and super bulky weight version. So that is just so neat. Now the Caplet uses the moss stitch, which is gorgeous. I absolutely love this. And this is my first time doing a project in moss stitch. I think I've tried before in the past, but you know, I was a very new knitter and it just wasn't working for me. But it is beautiful. That moss stitch just provides a really nice drape. The drape is beautiful. And what I love about this pattern is that it drapes from your shoulders very, very well. And I love that this capelet actually fits over my shoulders, because that's something I've had issues with in the past when it's come to like shrugs or capes or whatever. They don't fit over my shoulders, but this one fits wonderfully, and I will definitely be showing you all pictures of me trying this on, you know it. And so yeah, another thing that I love about this pattern is that it does include a full YouTube tutorial. So if you're someone, you know, maybe you're not really strong when it comes to reading patterns, maybe you just have issues reading knitting patterns or even crochet patterns, but what's so great about this pattern is that it comes with a full YouTube tutorial that you have access to, and she will show you how to make this step by step. And I just think that is absolutely wonderful. Okay, so I knit the bulky weight version, and yeah, it's amazing. So the yarn that I use to achieve this bulky weight version is Yarn Bee Soft and Sleek Chunky. I ended up using 3 skeins of this, and this yarn is 100% low pill acrylic, and it is so soft. It has like a really slight halo and shine to it, and I think it is just wonderful. And the color is called French Lilac, and it kind of have like, I think you all can see it pretty well in the viewfinder, but in person it's kind of like this grayish purple color. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I did mention this year in my goals video that I was going to try new colors. So this is a new color. It's just, you know, it's a different shade of purple, but it still counts as trying a new color, right? Come on, still counts. Now, a little bit about the pattern. So the bust circumference is between a 40 to 69 inch bust, and that is 100 to 174 centimeters. Also, this capelet has between 2 and 8 inches of positive ease, and that is 5 to 20 centimeters. So it has a really nice range for the ease. Now, I got gauge on a US 10.5, which is a 6.5 millimeter. And that is actually the gauge that the pattern calls for. So I really appreciate that. Also, I knitted the size 6, and it took me 10 days to knit this capelet. 10 days. That is amazing. So this is a very, very quick knit. And also the pattern is extremely well written, and I love the look of those raglan increases. I just think that is so cool. I really like the look of those. It gives like a nice little design element, and it also helps with the fit of the raglan, or the fit of the capelet as well. So I really, really like it. And yeah, the yarn is super soft. I would highly recommend both the yarn and the pattern. I really would. And the only thing I'll say about the yarn is that it is marketed as a bulky weight yarn. But to me, it's kind of almost like a heavy worsted. But you know, just the important thing is to check your gauge swatch and your tension, and you know, just something to keep in mind if you decide to use this yarn. And so, you know, just think about that. And the yarn that I used, I mentioned I used three skeins of this, and this is all I have left. Of course, I did make a matching set of wrist warmers, which I'm going to talk about very soon, but I still have about half a ball left, so I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with this. I did think about making a headband. Definitely thinking about that. As my locks are getting longer, I've been kind of pushing it out of my face because I'm not a big fan of like hair in my face. So I think I'm gonna get or make a headband with this and just kind of, you know, wear my hair back. I'm thinking I'm gonna do that because normally my hair is not down like this. Normally, like I have my hair pushed back with the headband. So that's what I'm thinking of doing with this yarn. Okay, so I did block this. I wet blocked it and I put it in the dryer. Yes, you heard correctly. I put this in the dryer because it is 100% acrylic. And that's one of the amazing things about using acrylic yarn is that you don't have to wait 7 days for it to dry. You can simply put it in the dryer. Now, I will say I checked the dryer every 15 minutes just to make sure that it was okay. So it wasn't like I just set it and forget it. I, you know, actually checked every 15 minutes. So it wasn't like, oh, you know, no need to check on that. It is important to check on it. You know, so I wouldn't forget that it was in there, anything like that. But it turned out wonderfully. It turned out beautifully. And, you know, I love the fit and I love the drape that it has after blocking. Now, of course, because it's an acrylic weight, it didn't bloom in size or anything like that. It more so just relaxed the stitches and therefore made the fit better, which is why I just absolutely love it. So I did try it on before blocking it, and it felt fine. It really did. I almost was like, do I need to block it? But I was like, I'm going to go ahead and block it anyway. And it fits even better after blocking. So I really like the fit before blocking, but it fit even better after blocking. So I really like that. So yeah, I also like the fact that you can wear the collar in a lot of different ways. And I'm going to show you all a little bit later my favorite ways to wear this capelet. So I definitely can't wait to show you all how I style it. And I just love the color and overall extremely happy. Okay, so next up, I am going to talk about my matching wrist warmers, and then I'll come back and show you all how I style this capelet. Alrighty then, so let me go ahead and look at my notes here for the wrist warmers. Okay, so the wrist warmers are designed by Julie Fort. And if these look familiar to you, yes, this is my second time making these. Now this is a free pattern and it calls for Aran weight yarn. And so I used just one skein of the same yarn bee yarn in the French lilac color. So the exact same yarn that I used for the capelet is what I used for this. And I still have this much left, which is really, really awesome. And so I love the lace detail on these wrist warmers. They absolutely look amazing and I really like it. Even the seaming looks really, really good. If you all remember, I did a video, maybe a couple of weeks ago, and it was like, how much can I crochet in an hour? And I attempted to make some wrist warmers, aka fingerless gloves, fingerless mitts, you know, whatever you want to call them. But I attempted to make them, and y'all, they look like a cast. They look like a cast. And I did have a few people confirm that for me, but they look like a cast. And so I'm really happy with these because they have that lace detail on them that just gives them like a really nice design, and I really like that. I like these much better than I did the last pair that I attempted to make. And also, what I love about this pattern is that there are instructions written for both your left hand and your right hand. And a lot of times when you're making wrist warmers, fingerless gloves, fingerless mitts, whatever you want to call them, I do believe they're all the same, except some, you know what, they're all the same. So, yeah. So, what I like about these, you know, in regards to like other patterns, because like usually when you do like other fingerless gloves, whatever patterns, you just make two identical things, just two identical. But this pattern actually takes into account that your right hand and your left hand are different, and so it makes the pattern for that. And also, I can tell that I had these on wrong. I had the left on the right and the right on the left, y'all. My goodness. So I did make a modification. Oh yeah, that's better. I did make a modification on this pattern. So when you look at the pattern, it tells you, you basically, like, once you finish the thumb hole, you're basically just doing the same rows for the next, I think it's like rows 1 through 12, something like that. You're basically doing like 12 more rows of the same thing. I actually had to cut 6 rows. So I did 6 less rows than the pattern called for, because apparently I have small hands and small wrists. Apparently, I'm a little dinosaur. I got little dinosaur arms. So little T-Rex arms. So because of that, I did take 6 rows. But if you all remember, the first pair that I made of these, I used a heavy worsted yarn, heavy worsted yarn, and I had to take out, 4 rows. I had to take out 4 rows with that one, and I had to take out 6 with this Aran weight yarn. So that's just something to keep in mind. You know, and that is the beauty of being able to seam up these gloves, because the other pair that I was doing, you were basically crocheting in the round and you really couldn't adjust it once you finished. But with this, it's seamed, so you can adjust it. You can take out rows if you need to, and I really, really like that. All right, beautiful people, I want to share with you all some of the ways that you can wear this capelet. I keep wanting to say caplet, but it's a small cape, so it's a capelet. Anyway, if I interchange the two, just bear with me. But anyway, so the first way is this way. Now, this is the way that Ashley, the designer, had originally intended the capelet to be made. It is supposed to kind of stand up a little bit, but one of the issues in the test knit group is that some of us could get ours to stand up like Ashley intended, and some of us could not. And I was one of those who could not. But it really just depends on your gauge. And I tend to be a bit of a loose knitter as well. It just really depends on the stitch. But with the moss stitch, I found myself being a very loose knitter. And so mine does not stand up like it's supposed to. But anyway, if you make this, this is one way for you to wear it. You can wear it standing up. All right, let's get to the second way to wear it. And this is one of my favorites. So what I do is I tuck it and I double fold it. So I'm going to go ahead and fold the back. And that's the most tricky part, is just making sure that you have it folded all the way around. That is the tricky part. Okay, I think I got it, at least the front anyway. But yeah, so I love this collar. This is how I primarily wear it. I really like this. So yeah, this is how I pretty much wear it most of the time, just kind of like a folded collar. And yeah, I really like it, and I think it makes a really nice shape as well. And so yeah, all right, so the last one I'm going to show you is one that I discovered only a few minutes ago while I was trying it on, and that is this way. So you don't use a collar at all. So basically you have to pull it down in order to get this one. So it's a little it's a little weird doing this in the viewfinder, but I have to pull it down in the back and I have to pull it down in the front. So I'm just going to look in the viewfinder. Let's see. Oh yeah. Isn't this beautiful? I love it. It almost looks like a poncho, somewhat, maybe not, just a little bit. But this is definitely the third style that you can wear. And I love this. Now, granted, whatever you're wearing underneath is going to peek through a little bit, but I'm totally fine. I wear a lot of black anyway, and so most likely this is how I'm going to wear it, with like a nice dress or something like that. I love it. I'm just going to twirl around so you all can see it. Isn't that great? Yeah, I love it this way. And so those are three of my most favorite ways to wear this capelet. Let me know in the comment section below what's your favorite way to wear this capelet. So I hope that you enjoyed today's video. Let me know what you did while watching. What did you work on? Did you knit? Did you crochet? Are you like me and you have 4 whips going on right now? I do believe I have 2 crochet and 2 knit projects going on. So yeah, crazy, right? So let me know. Or did you just chill? Because that's a wonderful thing to do as well. It's a wonderful, beautiful, sunny day here in Eastern North Carolina. So I'm definitely enjoying it. I did get out a little bit earlier and it's just, the weather is absolutely perfect today. So yes, also leave me a comment. I love reading you all's comments. I love getting that little notification that such and such has left a comment. I absolutely love that. And as always, I just want to thank you all so much for clicking that like button, and thank you all so much for subscribing. It means the world to me. It really, really does. So thank you for watching, and until next time, bye.